figured I'd do a quick garden tour. So we have spinach and kale, more spinach. These are two different types of peas. One is a climbing, I think it's like a sugar snap, but I need to look up the name. And then there's some smaller ones kind of down here that are more like a dwarf pea that I'm kind of just trying. I'm not really sure what they were gonna look like, so I put them in between the bigger ones. And then we got some, I think it's like 4 hooks Swiss chard. And there's just a bunch of garlic. I put garlic kind of everywhere. It's all the tall stringy things are garlic. Mostly because I just wanted it in there, but not like in the way. So I could harvest it when it was ready, but still put plants in there. So got like 4 Swiss chards right there. This I just put in today. It is jalapeno, tam jalapeno, so it's supposed to be not spicy, but still tastes like a jalapeno. Here's a daisy. I think it's a daisy anyway. I labeled it as a daisy, but I'm not actually sure. Nothing else grew except for this one, so we'll see if it's a daisy. And then this is more kale. I think I planted too much kale. That's okay though, I like kale. Here is a black Russian tomato, mostly because I ran out of room along my main tomato fairway on those 2 beds. That, I'm not really sure what that is. I think it's a weed, but I'm not actually sure, so I'm letting it grow since I don't need to grow anything else there yet. I'm pretty sure it's a weed though. More spinach, more kale. These are broccoli right here. So I didn't have the heart to thin the broccoli, so I didn't. I think I might regret that later. But they've taken off since it got warmer. This is my little butterfly. I'll move that here. I'll move that over here. Okay, so I'll put the butterfly right here until things start growing. Okay, and then now this bed, we have my 2 cabbages, which I'm not actually sure if I'm gonna get a harvest before it gets too hot for them, but yeah, we'll try. They're starting to form a little head right there, so that's kind of cool. I have some zinnias, like really pretty mixed colorful flowers that I just put the seedlings in today. And we have I think this is called a tomato tomato. Yeah, tomato. I think they're supposed to get pretty big. I'm thinking I can like stake it to this stake right here. More kale. Some lettuce. I'm not actually sure which lettuce is which because that was from just a mix. But we really like this green one here. Like, this is okay. This green one is really good. We have some alyssum. It's called carpet of snow alyssum. It's supposed to get really bushy with little white flowers. You can see one starting right there. We got some okra starting to sprout. A random, I'm not actually even, I don't remember if that's garlic or onion. I think it's a Creole onion. We have more broccoli, another okra. These are the hill country okra, so they get red, or red hill country okra. So they'll get like really big and they'll kind of take up this entire spot right here. And then we have more lettuce. I kind of just place the lettuce and broccoli kind of randomly because I'll pull those out once it starts getting too hot for them. Here are cucamelons, which is like a little tiny cucumber. Just a tiny cucumber that's gonna grow, and they're supposed to be little tart, sour things. More broccoli. This is a Tabasco plant. that I lost the label for, so I'm making this video so I don't remember, so I don't forget later. This is a Contender bush bean, so they'll grow into a bean bush. Here is, what is this? Oh, California bell pepper. It's just a classic bell pepper. Coffee. This is another Contender bean, so the same plant as over there. And then we have another jalapeno, another Tam jalapeno right here. I'm not actually sure what the best placement for them is in the garden, so I have one right here and then the one kind of over there. Sorry, I have dirty hands because I just planted everything. And then another California bell pepper, and then here are those zinnias that I planted. Okay, and then in this bed over here, this is a weed. Okay, we have more kale. We have a black crim tomato, a Cherokee purple. This, I believe, is black Brenessage. Which I didn't spell right in the label, but back there is a bell pepper plant. More spinach. Another either onion or garlic. Not actually. I think it's onion. More of that red mixed spinach, lettuce. Another Brenessage plant. I actually heard they don't taste that good, so I might pull them out if they start looking bad. They'll probably be my best growers because of that, but I don't know. We'll see. This is a Nasturtium, so it has real pretty yellow flowers, and the leaves and the flowers are edible. So we have a triple crop tomato. These are supposed to be like prolific producers, like big classic tomatoes. Here is another Tommy Toe tomato. This is a Floridade tomato. More spinach. This is one of two places I put the barrage. The barrage has edible flowers also, but it's supposed to repel hornworms. So we'll see if that helps the tomatoes any. This is, I think, another Vernissage. Yep. I had 3. I actually had 4, and I finally just gave up on one. But they're flowering even. Like, I'll probably be my first to give tomatoes. And then another Black Russian right here. And that one also has flowers. And then another kale. And on the back side here, this is a red noodle bean. So it's supposed to make like really long, thin noodles. That's gonna grow up a trellis that I'm gonna put kind of up and across here. So they'll hang down and be real pretty. Okay, and then more kale. I need to count how many kale plants I have. I have to at least have 10. Oh well. More broccoli. This is a Tangerine dream pepper. I think it's supposed to have like sweet orange bell pepper type peppers, but smaller than a bell pepper. Let's see. And then going on to this planter, we have some green onions that I got from our CSA. They sent onions with roots on them, and I didn't have a use for them at the time, so just planted them. Here's another weed. So we have, what is this one? This one is Abe Lincoln tomato. That one's supposed to be a really good, like, classic tomato. Chardonnay, so that is a cherry tomato. That's like these little yellow Chardonnay colored cherry tomatoes from Wild Boar Farms. They have like some really cool blended seeds that they created themselves, so that should be fun to grow. This is another nasturtium, more lettuce. More spinach that's just gone wild. I've even harvested it twice. So those two are just going crazy. More lettuce. We have, I think this is another nope, oh, another Abe Lincoln right here. That is a curly kale I got from Natural Farmer. But I really love how kale grows like into these little trunks. So I'm gonna let that go as much as it wants to. This is some chives. I mostly just want those little purple flowers. Another triple crop. These two are called blueberries, and they are a cherry tomato that they turn blue when they ripen, like a mostly blue anyway. And pretty excited about those. More kale. Oh, this is broccoli. And then these two tomato plants are called Barry's Crazy Cherry from Wildbar Farms. The guy who does all the crossing of the plants his name's Barry. So, but they're supposed to be just a really prolific cherry tomato also. And then this is where I put all my lettuce that just grew wild. I'm not even sure how to eat it all at this point. Along here are some Creole, I think these are my onions along here. They're taking their time. And then more spinach and weeds on this side. And then, so there's the garden. And I think I'm gonna put, I still have all my squash and watermelons to plant. I think I'm gonna get some containers and kind of put them randomly along here. Maybe at like the ends of the beds. Just like the storage containers, and fill it with potting soil and let them do their thing from there. So that is the main garden. And then grab this bucket, take that up. And up here is where the perennial garden's gonna be. Or the more herbs and flowers, strawberries, asparagus, things that will stay over time and come back. Okay, so there's a lavender plant. And then there's another lavender plant over there. And then here I'm gonna fill in kind of all the things that are sprouting right now once they get a little more hardy. But that's where all the herbs will be. Over here is where my asparagus patch is, just because the people before me put it in here. Might as well keep it there. But I have strawberries growing. And we actually have strawberries. And Sydney loves them, my daughter. But yeah, she gets real excited about the strawberries. I think I have 3 different varieties in there. We'll see which one wins. In here, there's a chocolate mint. So it actually smells like chocolate, or kind of like those Thin Mints. This one is, I think, a peppermint. Somewhere in here's the tag, but it's kind of covered it up. I think this is rosemary right here. These two are broccoli that I was experimenting in a container versus out there. Here's some lettuce I did the same thing with. Here's, I think this is thyme. Wait, here we go. Yeah, thyme. And eucalyptus that looks terrible. And then I think this is mojito mint. And then parsley that has bolted and gone to seed. That's why these leaves are wilting. So it's actually not edible anymore. Well, it is, but it doesn't taste good. Here's some carrots that I'm trying. I don't think I got them thin enough. I don't think they're gonna make actual, like, real carrots. But, and then over here, I just planted this today, is lemongrass. It took forever to get to this stage. planted it from seed, but we'll see if I get lemongrass from it. They seem to like the sun, so I think they'll like that. And then in here, I have my seedlings that are still growing. They're actually looking pretty good. I have some sage and sweet basil, more sage, more bell peppers and corbaci peppers. I have some sun gold cherry tomatoes that I started a little late, so they're a little small, too small to put in the garden yet. So I might tear out one of those vernissage plants and put a sun gold in there instead. I'm more excited about those. Corbaci peppers and paprika. I'm looking forward to the paprika. These are red Malabar spinach, and those are supposed to be really good for the summer, like a spinach-like thing in the summer, since all that spinach out there is gonna die once it gets hot, or it's just gonna be bitter and yucky. And here are the things that I'm waiting to sprout or just letting get a little bigger. Holy basil and some chilies and peppers and flowers and herbs. Tiny Tim I'm pretty excited about. Is this little tiny tomato plant that gets about 6 to 12 inches tall. It has little cherry tomatoes. And then I've tried eggplant like 3 times now, and each time I've had different things not cause it to sprout, so we'll try it one more time. And then back there, a stevia plant, so I'm trying to get that to sprout. And then over here are the ones that I'm probably gonna plant in the garden next. So I have them in as much light as they can, try not to hurt them, but also get them ready. I'm bottom watering them right now, so there's so much water in there. These I probably started too early, but I was excited. They're sugar baby watermelons, and just little watermelon plants that I think I'll put in those containers I was talking about. We got some dill and some Swiss chard and a different type of dill called mammoth dill. And then back here is something called oric. Never actually had before. It was supposed to be like a leafy green. And these are more tangerine dream and paprika plants. So, oh, and then these are Moringa trees, which oh man, I sprouted these like early January, and they grow like trees, very slow. But at least they're finally looking healthy. They look terrible for a while there. Okay, well that is my garden and everything I'm growing. Oh, I guess there's one more. These they're called Tasmanian Chocolates. They're a type of dwarf tomato plant. They actually get relatively big, but they're smaller than like those way out there. Oh, ignore that. That fell over. It was heavy, so we haven't picked it up yet. But these Tasmanian Chocolates, they're like a red tomato with a chocolate like hue to it, I guess. Like they don't taste like chocolate. They're just the coloring. But I'm gonna do those in containers. So that is the garden.